So let's get started. Good morning, everybody. Thursday morning. We had a pretty solid day yesterday. We stayed away from gold, or personally did. I still obviously posted it in the group, but obviously the only one we're in at the moment is USD JPY. I've got obviously the big account, which is here. I'll show you that one. So running very nicely. And then we've got the account that I'm helping somebody on, which is also running pretty well. That's about 275. So pretty happy. Pretty happy. So yeah, just hopefully this will continue. Right, let's just go through obviously everything that's happened and obviously why. So let's obviously have a look at the news, what's coming up today. So we've got some jobless claims. It's very difficult at the moment. See how much impact news is gonna have. All right. So I had a few questions yesterday on, why are we still, selling when obviously everything was expected to be better than, what it was. It's kind of irrelevant at the moment, and everything's almost priced in. All right. So if you imagine obviously all of this, all of this data here, I personally think at the moment is priced in, but it's all over shadowed by everything that is going on. So these are obviously all things that we need to be aware of. It's kind of the overshadowing of this conflict. However, jobs data is important. So having the initial jobless claims supposed to increase. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see what actually happens here. And obviously, yeah, the continuing jobless claims as well. So these are probably the only two key things that I'm really interested in. And then it's just keeping up with everything. It's a bit crazy at the moment. So yeah, it's very tricky. Let's obviously have a look at the dollar. Had its little dip yesterday. Remember what goes up must come down. We actually sold yesterday afternoon, which worked out brilliantly. Just obviously faded into this area here. However, we've recovered 99 this morning. Rejected it too. So I do see this continuing to the upside. But I think we might be trapped in this area today, something like this. I don't know if there's enough, more escalation to obviously pump this higher. But we just want to see markets, stable a bit. There's been a huge amount of dollar, strength. Obviously, if you look at it, it's moved from tapping in between 97, 500 and 98 all the way up to hit 99, 500. It's crazy move. But yeah, let's wait and see. We've got yields. This is what is driving the dollar massively. We obviously had this consolidation marked up from back at the end of December through January. And we've recovered straight back into it. So it'd be interesting to, see obviously now that it's back in a happy medium kind of, level, where is it going to kind of end up? So that is obviously one thing that we, want to try and, work out. So yeah, that's wait and see obviously what happens here. Um, so yeah, and then obviously stock markets, still down. If we don't look at them, they're not really. They're kind of consolidating at the moment. This is what I was speaking about the other day about the bonds play. Obviously, it's pumping money into the US dollar. Obviously, these are all, everything on the US stock market, which is what we look at, is a US based company. Naturally, if the dollar is inflated, company prices are inflated. It kind of helps everybody out. So it's a clever move, which we obviously haven't seen before. Is it Trump related? Who knows? It's flying under the radar a bit, So yeah, I think it's very interesting and been very clever if you can persuade a few of the big boys to obviously put their money into bonds, and obviously it's just holding stocks up. The holding stocks from crashing, which is what normally happens in a conflict. Stocks obviously usually crash, and so let's wait and see. Moving on to obviously the pairs that we're trading, we're going to do our best one last. Obviously, gold was one. Let me just get this on here. So I'm obviously not trading gold, but obviously it did trigger. No, it's not quite triggered. But obviously, this was my area. I will be more comfortable on gold. I've just got this feeling, I might be wrong, that we're going to test this level here again. So I would like this to be tested before obviously we pump to the upside. You got to buy because obviously we're above the 200 EMA, and I think because there was such a heavy, sell off here, we're obviously just got to be aware that, we need a little bit more consolidation for obviously orders to build before there's enough liquidity there to send it one way or the other. I do believe probably by I was going to say by the end of this week, but by the end of March, I do think gold potentially, if this continues, will be at all-time highs. However, I would like this to be tapped one more time and then hold, and then I'll be very, very confident then to start to capitalize on gold. But right now, it's not really doing anything. We got this consolidation, zone here. So for anyone marking out, if you buy it at the bottom, which is obviously what our plan was, and selling at the top, you're going to be okay. All right. It doesn't matter which way you take it. Looking into everything else, we got Jupiter USD was so close to triggering this, but obviously didn't trigger. Happy with this. We gotta, look at trend. All right, you can't be looking to buy this. All right, it's trending nicely to the downside. Dollar is, flying high. Why are you going to be looking to buy it? We've got to be, selling this all day long. Euro too. Same thing, trending to the downside. I do think this is going to continue. I was hoping we were going to come up and just test this before obviously moving to the downside. Doesn't look like we're going to get that opportunity. Aussie too was also very, very close. Again, trending to the downside. What comes down must come back up before it goes back down. It's got to collect all these orders to get some more hype to make everyone some more um, money. So yeah, that's obviously we were so close here to triggering, but hasn't obviously triggered. And then last but not least, the best one, the Pierre de Resistance, said that completely wrong. USD JPY. Look at this entry here. This was our entry here. I'm really, really happy about this one. Spot on. Look at this. No drawdown really at all. Flying high. So yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, and really, really happy. So hopefully you guys are happy too. Sometimes it only needs one trade. And yeah, that's obviously yeah what we've obviously had this morning. So yeah, really, really, really happy. The big account is trending up nicely. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens here. But no, good start to the morning. Nice and chilled. I want to have a very, very chilled rest of the week this week. So obviously Monday and Tuesday afternoons are very, very stressful. So it's quality over quantity. So yeah, does anyone have any questions? Anyone got any questions at all? Happy to answer any. I do have a space actually. I've had my 9 o'clock one-to-one cancel. So if anyone wants a one-to-one at 9 o'clock, drop me a message because yeah, I've had one cancel this morning, but I think that's the only slot I've got. I might have one at 2 p.m. But yeah, that's the only slot that I've got. Look at this now, over 9K. Boom, flying, flying, flying. But right, well, if there's no questions, if everyone's happy, everyone's, um, Ian's slotted in there. What was the price? What was the pieces of news you're interested in today, and what were the expected results? So the only data that is coming out today, which I'm a little bit interested in, is jobs data. So we've got jobless claims and continuing jobless claims. The only one trade running, are you still aiming for full target? Probably not. Probably not. I think I'm going to be monitoring. I'm going to be, monitoring it probably around these highs, but to be honest, like always, when you are happy, feel free to close because markets are all over the place, and we could have in the next 5 minutes, this could be trading back down here, so just be aware of that. I'm about halfway to my morning target, but obviously I am aware that this is one trade. I normally have two or three open. So, I need to be realistic on what I'm going to aim at. But I like this coming into this area here. I do like this. I don't know if the others are going to trigger. So yeah, we've just missed out. Only look at that. Only just. But there we go. It's good to obviously have a bit of a calmer, morning and a nice direction, and we can go a little bit more aggressive a bit later on. So yeah. But I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, I want to push USD JPY a little bit further. What are we about 33 pips in profit at the moment? I'd like to push it to like 60. That'd be great. But yeah, let's wait and see. But no, have a great Thursday, everyone. Yeah, and let's smash it. Let's go.